Okay, so in this session, we are going to learn how to update your documents. Okay, so in order to update your documents, there are two methods, there are two ways. The first way is using update method, and the second way is using save method. So in two ways, you can save your, you can update your document. So first, we'll use update method. As you can see, the syntax is mentioned over here. The update method requires two parameters. Uh, Condition, the first parameter is the condition, and the second parameter is the updated value. So what we'll do, we'll simply, before solving this question, we'll display our records, will display our document. First, I will use our database called as college. Then I will use db.student.find, and I will display them in a JSON format using this pretty method. Okay, sorry, there is one mistake. There is a spelling. Okay, so as you can see, there are total 4 records. Now, what I have to do is I have to update the name of a student to CS tutorials whose whose ID is equal to 1003. Okay, so now I want to update the value of a name field to CS tutorials, and the condition is this: the student ID is equal to 3. So in a condition section, I will write student ID is equal to 3, and then in the update section, I will write the updated value. So now, how to solve this particular question? So the command is db dot update, db dot the name of the collection, which is nothing but my student dot update, and then inside that I have to specify two curly brackets. Okay, uh, the in a first curly brackets I have to specify the condition. The condition is what? The condition is student ID should be equal to 3. So here I will write student ID. I will specify the value, which is nothing but 1003. And now in a second curly bracket, I have to set the new value, updated value. So the updated value, now I have to update the value for student name. Okay, so now in order to set the new value or updated value, I have to use one parameter called a set parameter. In the set parameter, I have to use one more curly bracket in which I have to specify the key value pair of updated value. So I have to change the name of student. I have to change the student name to CS tutorials. Okay, so if I fire this query, as you can see, there is one match found and one data is recorded. We'll verify this by retrieving all the result again using this method, and as you can see, the student name is now updated. Okay, so in this way you can modify your one document. Now what we are going to do, we'll solve this second question. This is a bit complicated one. So now what we have to do is we have to update the value of gender to unknown whose age is greater than 30. So can I say that this is my condition? The condition is what? Age should be greater than 30. Okay, and then now I have to update the value of gender field to unknown. Okay, so how to write this particular query? So again I will write a db dot uh, student, which is nothing but the name of collection, dot update. Inside update curly bracket I have to specify two more curly brackets. Now the first in a first curly brackets I will write a condition. The condition is what? Age should be greater than 30. So can I say that I have to use one criteria called as GT criteria, right? So GT criteria, how to use GT criteria? Should be age should be greater than, right? So dollar GT, and then and then the value is what? 30. It should be greater than this. So as you can see, okay, now what we have to do, we have to set, sorry, we have to set the gender to unknown, right? So I will write gender to unknown. So before firing this particular query, we'll first check uh, we'll first check how many students are there whose age is greater than 30. So as you can see, there are two students whose age is greater than 30. So we are expecting two modifications over here. So we'll fire this query, and now, sorry, now, okay, as you can see, only one match found and only one record is modified. But in a real scenario, there are actually two records whose age is greater than 30, whose age is greater than 30, but only one record is modified. We'll verify it by retrieving all the data again. And now, as you can see, uh, only this particular document is updated. Okay, as you can see, the gender value is for this particular document is male itself. Okay, so why this is happening, why both of these records got modified? So basically this is happening because by default the update method updates only one document. Okay, so this is happening because of the default property of an update method. So to enable the update method to update multiple documents, what we have to do, we have to set one parameter called as multi-parameter, and the value, we have to set that value to true. Okay, so by setting up this parameter to true, we can allow multiple records to get modified. So how to write this particular scenario? What we have to do, will simply like comma, and we'll apply third parameter whose uh, like multi, and then value shall be true. Okay, I guess this should be in a curly bracket. And now if you say carefully, as you can see, two match found and one modified. Obviously one is already modified. As you can see, this particular thing is already modified. So now, as you can see, there are two students whose age is greater than 30, and now as you can see, the gender, the value of gender is now unknown. So in this way you can update your multiple document. Okay, so if you do not specify this thing, if you do not specify this particular parameter, then it will update only single document. So if you want to update more than one document, you have to use multi-parameter, and then and set the value of multi-parameter to true. Now we'll see our second method. So what we are going to do, we'll update our document with the help of set method, save method, sorry, with the help of save method. So now what we are going to do, we'll display our records first, and then now I have to change. What I will do, I will change the age of this particular scenario, of this particular document to 26. Okay, and I will change the name of this particular student to CS. Okay, so now I will use save method. So how to use save method? Inside a save method you require a whole parameter, a whole document. So specify the whole document inside this particular, so inside this particular method. So we'll copy this document and we'll paste it over here, and then change the respective values. I don't want to change the student ID. What I have to do, I have to change the name from Chaitanya to CS, and also I have to change the age to 26. Okay, uh, Now, if I press enter, what it will do is it will modify your result. It will simply modify your result. As you can see, one match found and one data is modified. So how your save method will work? What save method requires is this part, this important part. It requires the ID field, $_ID field. This field is basically generated by our system, and your MongoDB will provide a unique ID for each document. Okay, so your save method requires this particular parameter. So it will first it will search for this particular ID. So if your MongoDB found that ID inside your collection, then it will update it with the specified values, okay, with the given values. But if it does not found this particular ID inside a collection, then it will generate a new document. Okay, so we'll implement that, but before implementing that, we'll verify our result by displaying our record. As you can see, the values for this particular is now updated. The student name is now CS, and then age is 26. So now what I'm trying to show you is I will change the ID to say, suppose okay, there is 73, there is 74, 75, 7. Now I will provide 77 over here. Okay, so there is no such ID. As you can see, there is no such unique ID in my particular collection. So what MongoDB will do, it will first searches for this particular ID. So in this scenario, your MongoDB will not find this ID. So in that case, your MongoDB will create a new document with this specified value. So this is your alternative way to insert your document inside a MongoDB. So we'll provide a new values, like for example, I will provide 1004 over here. Now I will provide mm, anything, then age should be 27. Okay. Now, so in this way, this is your alternative way. As you can see, there is no match found. So what your save method will do, it simply inserted a new record with this with this particular ID. Now, if I retrieve all the records, you can see the new record is now inserted with this specified value. So this is your alternative way to insert your document inside a collection. So in this session, we saw how to update your document with two method, with update method and then with save method. The save method is also used, there are two purposes for save method. It will modify the existing record, or it will insert a new record. So if you have any queries in this particular session, then please do mention it in a comment section.